boys in the booth. Talking all the ball, you know we spitting the truth. Rub and fight hard, showing love for the game. Owls in the sky, playing for more than the fame. Play sharp on the field, eager to rise. Leads chants loud, I see a devoted lives. Barnsley Bridge Warriors stand.
Good evening and welcome to Terrace Talk. This is Friday night show and we're talking fantasy football. Tonight we've got our experts on. We've got Hutch, who's a Leeds fan.
How are we doing?
New member, GH, who's a Liverpool fan. We've also got another new member in Luke, who's a Spurs fan, and we've got Merzgoff, who's an Arsenal fan. So we're going to run through the fantasy football first week, give you what our scores are, and then after that we'll give you our strategies. So we'll start with Hutch, who had a decent game week, Hutch, 71 points. So who was your sort of standout players in your score? We'll run through what you got.
So my two standout players were Reinders and Haaland. Obviously, if you've got Haaland in your squad, he's probably your captain. 99% of people make him your captain. And Reinders, solid 10 points. First game in Prem, I thought he was quality. So yeah, they're my main two. Aït-Nouri as well from City, 9 points. Sanchez in goal from Chelsea, 8. Probably say they're my 4 big scorers.
Super. Anybody fail you? Anybody you're looking?
Yeah. Obviously, Gyökeres. I think I took a bit of a risk thinking I'm running. I'm not going to get rid of him because obviously he will score points. And I think once you've got rid of someone at that price, it's kind of hard to fit them back in once they do start scoring. So it's a bit of perseverance with him. Frimpong, quite poor considering his pre-season. Only got 1 point from him. And now he's injured till the rest of September. So he's probably one to go. Wirtz, bit of a quiet game, 2 points. Beto against Leeds. I'm happy that he didn't score, but I'm disappointed that he didn't at the same time. So I could have done with 2 extra points.
Super. GH, what about yourself? What score did you get? You've obviously only joined us this week. So what score did you get and who stood out for you?
Yeah, I didn't have a good week. I only got 48 points. My best was probably Salah. He was my captain. Gakpo did all right. I've also got Aït-Nouri as well. So, yeah, they were the best ones for me, probably.
And who let you down? Who were the ones that kind of...
Well, I'd probably say Slot let me down because he took Frimpong off literally a minute too early for a clean sheet. So, yeah, Frimpong was poor. I had Daniel Marlin in my team. I took a risk because I thought that Morgan Rogers was not going to be fit enough to play. So I thought, I'll take a risk on a cheap player from Villa. And, yeah, he didn't do anything. So probably him the most.
Fair play. On to Luke. What score did you come? You've obviously also just joined us. So what score did you end up with?
I got a nice 73 points.
Oh, decent. So it put you about 4th in the league then. So who stood out for you and who let you down?
Captain Haaland had to be. Ekatike of 11 got me some solid points. Kudos for Spurs as well. Had to rep someone from my team. And then Livramento and Henderson also. Livramento and Henderson got me some good points as well.
Super. Merzgoff, what did you end up with?
I ended up with 62 points, which I will take, especially with some potential matchups that I had in game week 1. Haaland scored the most points with 26. Livramento being my second highest scoring player from defense with 9. One that really let me down was Marmoush because he didn't start and came on as a sub. So he ended up collecting the 1 point. I probably would have maybe preferred it to have not come on. And then I could have got one more better point than that with the bench options. Because realistically, I had Fernandes and Saka in the team. And I just wasn't really expecting them to score points in week 1. Another one that was probably disappointing was João Pedro. probably
Yeah.
was expecting him to score in game week 1.
Fair play. And I ended up the same, so I was on 62 points. Who let me down was Frimpong. Obviously, I only got injured, so that was a bad one. Vitz as well, he only got 2 points. And Max Fells only got 2. And again, I was with you. I ended up, my front 2 killed me, Pedro and Tesco. Got me 3 points between them. Who did well for me? Salah. Obviously, I captained him. He got a high score. Vinder's got 10 as well. Kudar and obviously the Man City defender have also got Van der Ven, Tottenham. He got me 6 as well. So it's not the end of the world. It's just a steady start. So looking forward to next week. Hutch, are you going to play a wild card? Are you just going to make the one change, or are you happy with your team and you're just going to go with it? What are you going to do this week? Have you made the change yet?
Muted.
You're on mute.
Yeah, I'm playing a wild card Tuesday morning.
Right.
I wasn't happy with a few people. I heard that Frimpong would possibly be injured, and obviously scoring the 1 point, I thought I'd not take a chance on him. So I originally wanted to just make the one change, but when I heard the news of Frimpong and obviously Elanga for Newcastle, so yeah, I've made 3 changes for this week.
3 changes. So who are the 3 then? Sorry.
So I've took Elanga out and I brought Semenyo in from Bournemouth.
Good move, yeah, he did well.
I've took out Beto and put Richarlison in from Spurs.
Yeah.
And I've took out Frimpong. Obviously, he's 4 to 6 weeks, possibly longer. And I brought in Calafieri from Arsenal.
Fair play. GH, what are your moves? Are you happy with the team, or have you done a shake-up? What you're going to do for this game?
With Frimpong being injured, I might use my wildcard. I haven't done anything yet, but I've got Marlon in my team. I have also got Marmoush, which I just realised. And so they did nothing. I might even consider getting rid of Palmer, to be honest, because he was rubbish. So overall, I'm not happy with a lot of players. So Reindeers or however you say his name, I think I might potentially bring him in because he was solid. Get rid of Marmoush. Maybe bring in Morgan Rogers, although I'm not 100% sold on Aston Villa, but definitely looking to bring in a new defender, I think, because Frimpong being injured for 4 to 6 weeks, maybe longer, is not ideal. And to be honest, Liverpool concede a lot of goals, so I might just stick away from Liverpool defence. And I like the sound of going maybe Arsenal or something, because I think they're a bit more solid at the back than Liverpool, so maybe someone from Arsenal.
Fair play. So, Luke, what about yourself? Are you going to stick or are you going to twist?
I'm in 2 minds. I also made the mistake of having a man that gets subbed off for 1 point in Frimpong, and then he's injured. So he's the leading candidate to go. Palmer let me down as well, but I kind of feel I have to stick with that. I feel he's going to do well against West Ham. I'm mostly rotating off the bench. I'm back in my 0-0 shout from stream. So I'm promoting Reynildo to starting 11 and putting Dubravka in. It's bold, but I back Burnley clean sheet and don't back a Palace clean sheet against Forest. So that's what I'm going with at the moment. Also, Lewis Skelly, I really was not happy with that coming on for a sub and getting booked. So he's dropped to the bench as well.
Horrible, that. It is horrible. So are you going to make the change, or are you going to wild card it, or?
I think if I'm going to make a change, I think it's going to be play it sort of slow. I've got points to start with. If it's a bit shaky after week 2, then we pull the trigger, I think. So I think I'm just going to bring in Aina for Frimpong.
Off your bench, yeah. No problem. On to Merzgov. What's your plans for the next game week?
So I was contemplating the wild card, but I've decided to hold fire on using it. So for me, my only substitution that I've made. I've taken out Marmouche, brought in Reinders. Should probably had him in the team from the very beginning, to be fair. Should have seen it coming. The fact that the Marmouche didn't start is now making me think that there's going to probably be a lot of pep roulette maybe with the Marmouche, so it's best to probably just get him out there. But I do have a little planning ahead with maybe some changes, because I'm looking at the fixtures like in a couple of weeks' time, and I see a lot of favourable fixtures in a few weeks' time.
Who for? Who are you? Who are you highlighting for them fixtures?
So game week 4, you've got Man City against Burnley, I believe it is. Then you've got Chelsea against Brentford, and then you've got Spurs against West Ham, which would be a potential to do a free hit or a wild card to get like a load of their players in ahead of that.
Yeah, interesting. So obviously with our league at the minute, we haven't got Carl on tonight. He was on yesterday, but he had internet issues, so we haven't been able to get him on. But he's currently top of our leaderboard with 78. We've then got Luke on 74, and then Hutch on 71. So the top 3 is taking shape in the first week. And Dan, who thought was coming on this stream, has chickened out because he's got a miserable 38 points. So Dan's gone into hiding, I think, or probably gone and hit the wild card to try and get his points tally back up. So with that, obviously next game week we are sort of, I think I may also do a wild card, looking at it. But yeah, I think it's been a tough week for me. A couple of players have kind of let me down, so I might just pull the trigger this week, and just so I don't go into the next game week too far behind Hutch, Luke and Carl, because they're kind of bragging at the minute that they're above me. So
if I remember rightly, a bit Bush here, we've got a pretty similar team, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got a pretty similar team. I think the problem I did is I left the biggest mistake, the schoolboy error, is I didn't get Haaland in my team.
No, and obviously you've got Sells in there and Sanchez on your bench.
Yeah.
And Forrest considered that a late penalty, I think it was.
Late penalty, yeah. So he only got 2.
And then obviously you lost. Is it you that's got the Forest defender as well?
No, I ain't got the Forest defender, so I just run through
Phil.
here. So I'd got Sells in goal, who got me 2. I've got the Man City Al-Nari 9, he did well. Van der Veen 6, he did well. But then I got Frimpong, got me 1. Salah got me 16, but then I got Palmer, which didn't do well. I got Vinders, he got 10. Verts, he got 2. Kudos got me 10. But my front 2 killed me. I got Pedro and Sesko, and they only got me 3 points. So really, where I wanted to get Haaland in, but I wanted to have Salah and Palmer, so I couldn't afford to get Haaland in. But I may do a wild card just to get Haaland in, because I can't play fantasy without Haaland, I don't think.
No, the thing is, if you've got Salah already and you're trying to get Haaland in, that practically limits the rest of your team.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Because is that like 29,
I think?
29 million on 2 players?
Yeah.
That's mental.
It leaves you 70 million to get 30 more players in. It's like almost impossible.
It is possible if you go with the likes of a Reinders, because of the fact that he's like now 5.6 because he's gone up because of everyone signing into their teams. If you go with a lot of 4.5 mil, like defenders or something,
or 4 million defenders, I've got 3 of them.
You could do it.
Yeah, it's something I'm going to have to look at, because I need to get Haaland in my team. I don't think I can sleep at night without him in my team. And I've got to keep Salah, so I need both of them. I might have to sacrifice Palmer, and then Wirtz as well. I can get maybe an Ahmed, a lot cheaper option. Maybe get Ahmed in there because I think he'll have a good season for us, and he's not at the high price range. And then Frimpong, replace him with like a £4 million defender because he's injured anyway. Yeah, I think I could just about do it, and then get rid of Sesko and Pedro for cheaper forwards, and just have Haaland and play one up top. That's my plan, I think. Till Friday, and then I'm level out. But is there a Friday night game this week?
West Ham.
Yeah, West Ham.
Yeah, so obviously
West
the
Ham,
deadline,
Chelsea, I believe.
Yeah,
The deadline is
6:30.
6:30. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm gonna have to get moving on that. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do a wild card. I need to get Haaland in.
Sounds
Palmer will
right,
score.
What's that?
Palmer will score against West Ham.
You think?
If he don't
Nah.
get his fucking gone week after, put it that way.
Yeah.
That's what I'm holding on for.
Yeah.
I nearly went Salah. I nearly went Haaland and Salah, and it was a bit too much, so I just dropped Salah.
Yeah,
and
that,
Palmer.
exactly the same. I was weighing up and I just thought, well, Palmer is a similar kind of player. He plays like a 10 or he can play out wide. I know he's their penalty taker. Chelsea had quite a few penalties last season, so.
Yeah. I can see which way for everyone. Do you know what I mean? It's a difficult one to choose. To get them both in, it's just so difficult. You lose strength everywhere else. And I'm just trying to get players that are going to be playing every week, just so I'm guaranteed points.
Pick up them 2 points.
Get injured. I think that always keeps you steady if you get players that are definitely playing. So that's the end of. Sorry, what was you saying?
I definitely need to get Reinders in.
Yeah, I mean he was quality. I was glad
I picked personal. I picked personal and went. Sarr had a great preseason. He got an assist, but yeah, Reinders is probably gonna be a better long-term option.
Yeah, I listened to Cole's advice. I rubbed that off Cole, to be fair. He was telling me how good he'd been in pre-season and that he were going to start. Because I always, other than Haaland, the City players, Pep does a bit of roulette and you never know who's going to play, do you? You always end up losing points for it. I think Mers, you did, didn't you, with one of the... Was it Marmouche?
Yeah, it was with Marmouche, who I was fully expecting to start.
I fully expected him to start as well, but obviously he didn't. And then I remember I used to have De Bruyne, Haaland and Foden. And every week one of them would get dropped. Like just randomly out of the blue. They'll win 5-0. Foden will score 4. And then the week after he'll be sat on the bench. And it's like, you just can't predict it with Pep sometimes. So...
I have a feeling he's going to do something funny this week. With the whole thing of Spurs being linked with signing Savinho the whole time for the last couple of weeks, he has the opportunity to just start him against us as it's a funny little unpredictable situation. What's the score if that happens?
Yeah, very Pep in it to do that. So, thank you for watching. We will be back for our live watch along at the weekend, and then obviously it'll be Miller's Monday on Monday, and we'll be back again Thursday for the Premier League show, and then Friday again to see if Butcher's managed to get from third to first, or if I just leapfrog everybody and end up back at the top of the league where I usually finish.
No.
You know what I mean?
There's different Chiefs in town this year. There's different Chiefs in town this year.
This is like your United predictions, isn't it? Just putting yourself
top.
at the top.
Yeah, I'm normally at the top, so I'm a bit edgy at the minute, but we'll get there. So thank you again for watching. If you can like, share and subscribe, that really helps us. And thank you again for watching.